Welcome to Monday, the 10th of May, 2021. This Day Weather Podcast is being brought to you by Chugwater Chili, the gourmet spice of Western life. You may have heard of Chugwater Chili seasoning blend, but did you know Chugwater Chili now makes a hot version of their famous chili seasoning? For those looking for a little extra spice in their life, give Chugwater Chili a try. Well, it's going to be a cold and wet start to the week for many areas. Now, the wet is good. No one wants the cold. The rich will get richer and the poor will get poorer with the way the precipitation patterns are unfolding. Rain, snow, fog in many areas today through Tuesday and to some extent into early Wednesday. Now, we're going to have a nice warm up during the second half of the week. In fact, by Thursday and Friday, we're going to forget the cold and wet that we've got now, as it'll warm up really quickly again. Is this the last cold snap? Is this the end of snow? Is this the end of it getting really cold? We'll examine that question towards the tail end of this podcast. Yep, the angry villagers are out in full force today. Temperatures are in the 30s. Some areas reporting snow already. Hopefully we can disperse this angry mob by the end of the week, but they're still hanging around. We have very cold air for this time of year. These are temperatures relative to average for noon today. And you can see all the purple and the blue along and east of the Continental Divide in the upslope areas. But look at all the green and the blue getting on to the western side of the divide. A very cool couple of days coming on up as cold air is spilled out of Canada and into the northern and central Rockies. All due to this upper level low here, but also this cold front. This little low coming into the upper Great Lakes drug in colder air out of Canada over the weekend, Sunday, into overnight hours of Sunday into this morning. And that cold air is just basically spilling along and east of the divide. And the counterclockwise spin around that low is bringing moisture over on top of it, setting up a cool, wet pattern along and east of the divide. And that is a common theme this spring. Areas along and east of the divide have been getting wet in spots, but really dry on the western side of the divide. This is for today. This is for Wednesday. You can see there's not a lot of movement there. We will on Wednesday start to get a little bit more of a westerly flow. So you will see temperatures respond Wednesday, warming up a little bit, but it's really not until after Thursday before we really warm up. This is the precipitation forecast for the next 3.5 days. And you can see this area right here, the front range of northern Colorado, the northeast Colorado plains, extreme southeastern Wyoming, and parts of the Nebraska panhandle. This has been the perennial winner this spring. It started with the big March snowstorm. There's been follow-up rain and snow events in that area in particular. And we saw with last week's drought monitor some drought improvement there. This is an area that really needs the rain. I mean, bad. This is really good news here. Along and south of I-70, southeast Colorado into western Kansas, going to get some very beneficial rains. They need a lot more than this, but this is a good start. So this is really good news here. But if you get out of this area, you can see that the Dakotas, Montana, northern and areas of western Wyoming, yeah, it's going to get a little wet, but not a lot. On the western side of Colorado's western slope, the mountains, we'll get some precipitation and showers, but the valley areas of the western slope, just really nothing to write home about, and really not very much along the Wasatch Front either. So it's the areas east of the divide and this area right here that continues to see the best improvement in the drought conditions, but other areas are just not going to get very much. Snowfall, yeah, folks, we've already seen the snow develop above 6,000 feet today. These snowfall amounts don't factor in the melting, so I don't know if the snow's ever going to get this deep, but wet snow will accumulate today, overnight tonight, and into Tuesday, especially above 6,000 feet in the mountains and foothills. So this is, again, good spring moisture for the mountains and the foothills, especially this area of Colorado and southeastern areas of Wyoming, again, benefiting the most. Now, as we get further out, this is for Thursday. We start to see the jet stream tracking a little more north now. This will allow warmer air up from the southwest and the west coast to get pushed into the Rockies and high plains. So you're going to see the biggest movement on your back porch thermometer being Thursday and into Friday. 60s and 70s return. And over the weekend, southwest winds aloft will bring a big warm up. As high pressure develops here, this will allow warmer air in. Now you notice two upper level lows here. Now, these aren't very strong, but what'll happen is it's going to warm up and cause some instability from this low here and this low here. So what we may have over the weekend is a little bit of shower and thunderstorm activity, which would be good. So it'll be a warmer stretch of weather late this week and over the weekend, but there will be some showers and thunderstorms interdispersed in those warmer temperatures. Here's the warmer weather. So even though we've got all that cold I showed you on that map earlier, here we have a nice warm up. These are high temperatures by Thursday. 60s, 70s, west of the divide, 70s and 80s. Look at these temperatures by Friday. 70s and 80s get more prevalent. So warmer days are coming, and we'll get rid of the wet snow and the cold in many areas that's happening now. Now let's take a look at the long-term outlook. The question I posed earlier, is this the last cold snap? Is this the last time it's going to snow? You know, traditionally, we always use Mother's Day weekend as kind of a marker. That second week of May it's actually pretty darn typical to have what we have right now. But usually after that second week of May, the fronts become weaker and the swings in temperature aren't as extreme. Now, this is the next push of colder temperatures due to arrive around Wednesday the 19th. There'll be a cold front and a pocket of colder air coming on in. However, this does not have the connection to the really colder air that's up here to come south into the area. So what I'm getting at is, yes, we're going to have some cool downs. We're still going to be on that roller coaster ride we usually are during the month of May. But it may not be as cold with the next couple of fronts as what we're experiencing now. So still expect some weather whiplash, some ups and downs, but we're hoping that this is the last real severe cold in terms of being 20 to 30 degrees below average. But I do see, hopefully, more opportunities for more chances of precipitation throughout the rest of May. And let's hope that maybe the wealth can be distributed a little more evenly, and the really wet areas that have developed in southeastern Wyoming and northern Colorado will expand, impacting more areas. Don't forget to use Chugwater Don at checkout at chugwaterchili.com for 20% off. Have yourself a great Monday. We'll see you Tuesday.